Hi, I'm Kimberly Horn.
And I'm Hudson Warren. And we meant well.
All right. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Where did you mean well?
God, what did I mean well this week? So we have a lot of kids, as you know. One of them has turned into kind of he really loves himself. Still a good kid. He's getting good grades. It's fine.
But he's coming into his...
Yeah, he's getting a little back in the day, they would have said a little big for his britches, right? Just get a little attitude. Lily's really into his hair, and he's just getting a little too I want confident children. Don't get me wrong. Of
course.
I also want them to not be buttheads. So, anyways, he was getting a little too crazy, and he loves his hair, and it's long, and he spends all this time on it. And there was one too many incidents of not really being the right type of person. So we said, okay, bye-bye here. And we cut it. We didn't shave it. We cut it, but he didn't want it cut at all. And we cut inches off. It was like 5 seconds of mourning. And then he looked in the mirror and played with it. He's like, oh, this looks good.
Oh, no.
And then it was just right back to it. And you know what? I guess if our biggest problem is that our 12-year-old boy thinks he's the best, as long as he's not being totally mean, it would.
Oh my gosh.
What's the real problem? It's fine.
We've done the same thing because the boys said this. They said, my husband would like their hair short.
Yes.
I want them to be able to express themselves.
Yes.
I don't care. I mean, they do the whole whatever. I mean, we've let Thomas bleach
Interesting choices.
And they're going to look back one day and it's okay. They get to see the crappy hairstyles.
Right.
I've meant well, I don't know. I think one is like yours because they kept throwing out, oh, they're not going to cut we kept threatening to shave their head if they didn't, whatever it was. I don't even remember now what it was. Sure enough, man, they were in tears. We shaved it.
Oh,
not bald.
You went for it.
We went short though. And man, they have never said that again. And we meant well. So I don't know. It's a lot for kids to get haircut. Now, I also grew up the mother who did hair. So I wasn't really in a space where I used to pay for getting done. And going to get the boys' haircut is ridiculous.
It's expensive.
And their haircuts aren't that difficult.
No.
At least that's what I thought. So it started with Tilden and I just cut it. Right. And it looked good. And he was like, Mom, it looks good. Oh, no, it was Thomas. Sorry, I'm getting my stories mixed up. Thomas, it looks good, Mom. Thanks so much. Well, when I went to do Tilden's, I didn't put on the clippers, I didn't put the little
guard on.
The little guard on. I went full on bald on the back of his head.
Oh.
And I did the first time and I looked at it and I went, oh, I can't glue this back on. And I kept thinking, how do I fix this? There was no fixing it. No, so I just was like, honey, I'm so sorry. He was actually really sweet about it because if it had been me, I remember my mom cutting my hair and I was beside myself because she cut too much off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It meant really well. That's funny. We both had haircut stories.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I know. And we do haircuts at home too.
Yeah.
Not for the girls because that's above our pay grade, but everybody else gets cuts at home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
We meant well.
We meant well. We always do.
Yeah.
Balance. How balanced is your life?
Oh, Lord. Balance. Is that even a concept?
It's a concept. It's just not an accurate one.
No. Don't you love it though? Oh, the perfect work-life balance. And I know you and I both know this. I don't know that I always embrace it. It's a lie.
Yeah. It's a total lie.
And I know. Pinch poke, you owe me a mimosa. No, champagne. I mean, Coke, whatever it is. And I balance changes back and forth with me. So I don't know if you remember this, and maybe some of our audience will and some of our audience won't. Do you remember back in the day when you used to have to go to like the radio and you'd have to take a little, and you would tune it one little, and then it worked. You'd be driving down the road and
most of our audience is going to have no clue.
No clue. But back in the day, you used to have to like tune the radio. It didn't just
back in the day, you listened to the radio. Yeah.
And I also think about this of when you used to have to go up and change the channel to your TV. I feel so old saying this, but it's true.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves real hard right now.
And holding the bunny ears. Remember, you used to have to hold things, and my dad would be like, hold them. I think of balance like that.
Yeah.
I think of it, some days it leans towards one thing. And then the next day you have to say, I have to fine tune it in a different direction to get a clearer picture of it.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, no, it's the same thing. Balance is a load of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, especially in the world of social media, all of these gurus want to tell you about their perfectly balanced life. And I don't think I've ever met a human being who lives a balanced life. I don't think I've ever met one that's lived a balanced day. It's not a real thing. It's counterbalance is what you're looking for.
Yes.
To make sure that you're never so far out of whack over here in your business, never so far out of whack over here with your family, with your health, with your wealth, with all the things, right? Like it's just being aware and keeping yourself in check. But it's like, here, we'll date ourselves again. It's like the game Pong. It's a very old game, but that's what it is. I mean, it's where you're just kind of like you're keeping the ball up. We're all juggling all the time.
Yes.
And this idea that everything has the same amount of importance all the time is it's just not fair. It's not accurate. And I think it makes people crazy because most people are looking to achieve it and it's not really achievable.
No. And you're right. On social media, balance is so cute, but in life, it's brutal.
Yeah.
So I want to dig into this counterbalance because I want people to understand that. And here's how I look at it. Let me think back to like October of 2024. We got new material that we were going out to coach.
Yes.
And like we were learning it
as we were going to teach it.
Yeah, like it wasn't like we had it even for a week. And so most people would be like, well, a week seems like a low amount of time. No, we had it for hours before we were literally on a plane and going. And I remember going to my family saying, and this is a perfect example of counterbalance in my eyes, and you may have a different view on our story or add to it. And I looked at them and I said, for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be all in on work. Yeah. That means my weekends are going to be taken from you. I'm going to spend time with you, but I said on Saturdays, I designated one day. This is the day. It's going to be all about this. I'm going to be on more calls. I'm going to have my phone closer to me that I'm going to need to do it.
Yeah.
That is counterbalance. Sometimes work just took so much more from me. After that, man, I went all in on personal because I had to get back to right on that side.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything that?
No, it's the same. I think that we worry we're going to disappoint people. I think especially family, sometimes friends. And I think when you're just honest about what's going on, I think that it's fine. I think you can't be that way all the time. That's where we disappoint them. But you're going to have seasons in your work, in your business, where you're going to have to give more time to it. I think if you actually let your family in, your loved ones in, and you explain what you're doing, I think at that point you're okay. Because now it's expected. Now you've set an expectation. And I think that changes everything.
So, I tend to, I don't know if this is a good thing that I do or a bad thing. I actually don't, I think there's lessons in everything we do. I know that, whatever. I sometimes, when I get so focused in something I'm doing, I literally shut everything out.
Yeah.
Like, especially like when I'm traveling, I almost can't let anything else come in because my focus gets pulled off of that. I wish I was actually able to balance that a little bit better, like take on different, like when we travel, I did 4 days of travel in October for 6 weeks straight. Hudson, I can't tell you how many balls were dropped because my head stayed focused on that one game. Like I wish when, we talk about balance and how do we handle it, I know that's an area of opportunity for me because I'm not good at that.
See, but here's the thing that I think. I think when you're all in on something, again, as long as it's not this infinite all in, I actually think that's a good thing. And what I mean is like, if you have on any given day, you have these hours dedicated that you set aside for work. I think when you go all in and you literally tune everything else out during that time and you get the work done, you then get to either go home to your family and do the same thing, go see a friend and do the same thing, or go and be with yourself and do the same thing. I think part of the challenge is that most people today are doing so many things at once.
So many.
That they're never all in on anything. And I think that's where relationships fall apart. I think that's where businesses become super disjointed. So I actually don't think it's a bad thing as long as you're paying attention to length of time and all that. I don't think it's a bad thing to go all in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for saying that because I need to hear that sometimes.
Right?
I don't think it is. Where do you think you balance? Like, how do you think, like, what tools do you use that helps you balance between work, home, business, whatever?
God, I feel like it's just such a smart, whatever thing to say, but like, I use my eyes and ears. I pay attention. I mean, well, here's what I mean. Like, some days, and again, I've got so many kids. Some days, one of them is going to need more of you,
Mm-hmm.
and I've only got this much to give. So, well, they're going to get it.
Sure.
Because if everybody else is kind of cool and I'm not worried about that ball dropping, then I'm going to do that. Like, I went on a walk yesterday with the same son, Noah, who I was attempting to cut a little of his confidence down. Like, he's having a tough time at school right now. I've already described his personality. He's not sensitive normally.
No,
He doesn't
no.
really care what people think. He thinks he's great. But he's had some people that are saying things at school, and really it's not that bad. I think a lot of this is hormones too. The whole
Sure.
point is, though, he's feeling it.
Yeah.
Like, he came home real sad a couple of days in a row.
Oh.
So we went, you can't have a one-on-one conversation in our house. We need to buy a 10,000 square foot house. So instead, like, we went on a walk and we talked and we had a really good
that's
time.
so
And it was
great.
whatever, it was 15 or 20 minutes. It was nothing that killed my day because it was just one. Now, if I had to go back to back walk and have one-on-one conversations every single day with every single kid, I mean, work would never get done and we wouldn't eat dinner.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was like, well, this is obvious. I'm going to go for it.
That's good.
I feel like we don't always trust our guts.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of us, in many ways, don't make good use of like the little tidbits of time. I think that so many people put themselves in the hole because for me, I'm going to talk for me, but I work to be better. We're so worried about perfect. We're so like,
Yes.
I've got to do X, Y, Z, and I need 3 hours for this. So I'm going to wait till I have 3 hours, and then we're waiting for the rest of our lives.
Mhm.
Whereas you can make a different choice and you can be like, well, I got 20 minutes I could give to this, and it's not as much as I could do or should do, but it's what I could do right now.
Yeah.
No,
I love that you say that. Sorry. I'm like, you're saying this.
Yeah.
I think like my light bulbs are going off. There's a concept of mastering the moments.
Yeah.
And the moments don't have to be chunks of time. Like, you could be driving to pick up the kids and you need to make one phone call or something. Just do it then. Or you're sitting in, I don't know who's crazy enough on this that does car line. I think it's ridiculous and whatever. And maybe that's another who thought that was a good idea. And anyways, but I mean, master the moments that you have. And I love that you mentioned that. So I heard a concept of someone saying giving the 6-second hug.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard about that.
And I've coached that now in making the moments count. Sometimes, I don't know if you ever do this. If kids walk in from school, my husband walks in from work. I remember this early in our marriage. He goes, I just want you to get up and say hello. Instead of being like on the couch, hey, honey. Yeah. So I do that now with the kids. I do that with, I'm not perfect, right? There's sometimes I'm in the middle of something, whatever. And I do that majority of the time. I'll get up off the couch and they're like, Mom, or I get a hug from my husband. And it's funny with the kids. I will give them what could feel like a long hug, because 6 seconds
it's a long time for a hug.
Now with the boys and my daughter, what I do is I scratch their backs.
Yeah.
I can get at least a good 6-second hug. And I appreciate it. It feels connected. And I taught that in one of my rooms.
I love that.
And there was a lady, and I'll never forget her. I taught the 6-second hug to your kids. And she came in the next week and she's like, I cannot wait to tell you this. And I'm like, tell me the story. And she had 2 daughters. She has 2 daughters. One is of special needs.
Okay.
So probably gathers and gets a lot of attention. I can think about that sometimes, like in our house with our kids. Sometimes some kids.
It gets out of whack.
It gets out of whack. Some need more attention for one reason or the other. And she goes, so I started this with my non-special need daughter, and I told her about this hug I wanted to give her every day. Do you know, every single time she walked in, if she ever in the evening forgot to give the hug, the daughter would come out of her bedroom and go, I didn't get my hug, Mom.
That's
She
amazing.
goes, Kimberly, I felt so connected with my daughter just doing that. So balance doesn't have to be every moment of the day.
No.
You find your moments where it matters most.
You find your moments, and I think the only other thought I have on this is that you also have your set of non-negotiables in all the areas of your life that matter. So like we both coach business owners, we coach a lot of sales agents, and so in your business, what's your non-negotiable? It probably should be that you're going to take some sort of active action to bring in new business every day, whether that's lead generation or follow-up, something to bring in new business every day. Like that's got to happen. If everything else falls off the plate, the most important thing happened. Your family, for us, I've talked about it before, like we do dinner together. Like that's the time that we're all going to be together, whether you like it or not, because we're having that time together.
Yes.
You might be getting your health in order and you're not perfect. Okay, but I'm going to walk a mile every day. Like I think when you have one like just standard in every area of your life that matters, like even for like with money for me, like when I receive income, I have a certain way that I split it and a certain amount that I set aside to make sure that I don't make poor choices. Like it's these little things for each of the major categories that to me keep us from,
so smart.
All those balls we talk about juggling, like that keep them from completely hitting the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you stumble, maybe, but it never just goes to heck. Yeah.
Yeah. A big joke in my house is I tend to follow my calendar like a freak.
Yes.
And I was not born a calendar freak or a systems freak.
Like most people are.
And I have adapted to it because it gives me more time back. And so my husband will tell me that our relation doesn't run by a calendar. And I'm like, well, if it's not on the calendar. And I'll say to him, if I don't have date, we for 6 months didn't put date night on the calendar. Guess what we did for date night for 6 months?
You didn't have one.
We didn't have one.
Yeah, it's funny. I do the same thing. And it's again, is it, we can laugh about it all you want. Is it like the most romantic or sexy thing to have date night on a calendar? No, it's not.
Except my invite.
Right. But you know what's worse? Not having date night.
Not even doing it.
Not having one-on-one time with the kids. Like again, this goes back to the whole perfection thing. No, I've got to do it naturally. Well, that's a load of garbage. Like figure out a way to actually make the most important things happen.
Yeah. I agree. Totally agree. So balance is a lie. It is not perfect. Do not attempt to make it perfect because in that strive for perfection, you'll be disappointed over and over again. And I know we all want to get better each time. Just realize, like, be as balanced as you can be in the moment and give yourself just grace.
Yeah.
I think I need to remember that a little bit more now that we've...
Yeah, we probably all do. Humans, we're pretty mean to ourselves.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love it.
All right, let's get into the... Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, go ahead. What was yours?
I know. I am an Apple product person, so...
Same.
Yeah. Who thinks it's a good idea that every time they change the phone or whatever, they change the cord?
It's very rude.
Yes. I just bought a brand new laptop. They changed the cord on me again.
Yeah, it's magnet again, isn't it?
Yes, back to 1990. No, I don't think it was that long ago. But it's
been a long time since it's been the magnetic kind.
Do you know how many cords I have in my house?
Too many.
And the ones that won't fit or won't charge efficiently, it makes me crazy because I'm also a person like, what if I need this again? And they just proved it to me because all of my old cords would charge my new one. Who thought that was a good idea?
No. Well, I know who thought it was a good idea.
I know.
All the CEOs, because they can charge more money because you've got to buy new chargers. Like, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
They're still going to get my money, but I don't have to smile.
No, I'm not smiling.
No, I don't like it.
Matter of fact, I'm taking a stand right now. I don't like it.
Yours is much more impactful than mine. Mine's dumb. I love vegetables. And my kids are pretty good about eating vegetables.
Really
I like
good.
to keep it interesting. And I just can't get behind broccoli rabe. And you might not even know what that is. It's in the grocery store, I promise. Now you'll see it. Somebody's going to be like, oh, that guy that I listened to, there it is. Yeah, don't buy it, though. It's just
I've never heard of this.
It's like an alternative. It's a mix between broccoli and broccolini, and there's greens to it. And it's supposed to be just great. And it's big in Italian cooking. And I love Italian food. Like I would move to Italy just to eat that all the time.
I would too.
Broccoli rabe's garbage. And I don't understand. It's just super bitter. It doesn't matter how you cook it. I've cooked it so many different ways. I did it again last night. And did I choke it down? Yeah. Did I make my kids choke it down? I'm mean like that. But the whole time I was like, oh, this is pretty bad. I need to stop buying this.
Broccoli rabe?
Rabe. It's also, if you were in Italy, you would call it rapini, except you'd probably say it with a better accent, but I'm not going to attempt an Italian accent because I don't need to be canceled. I'm not good at it. But yeah, broccoli rabe, don't do it. It's not a thing. Just get broccoli or broccolini and move on with the day. Yeah.
I've never seen it. And I'm glad that you have told
You don't
me
need
never
to. I'll
get it.
never make it for you. I won't do that to
I'm
you.
good. Well, there's a couple things I'm going to ask you now.
Oh, I'm well aware.
All right. Well, this was fun today. I'm Kimberly Horn.
I'm Hudson Warren. We meant
And here's
well.
what we love. We meant well. Yeah. Well, we got to get them to
So
subscribe.
yeah, we meant well about saying that earlier on, like we're supposed to.
I know. We're going to get this down. Subscribe. Here's what we also would love. Like, we mean well a lot, and we'd love to hear your mean wells.
Sure.
And if you've got any good story, like who thought that was a good idea, put it in the comments.
Absolutely.
We're super excited to share yours on this at some point. So, all right, guys.
Take care.
Bye, friends.